Hi friends, welcome to another episode of Money, Sex, and Kids. And I got a packed house, a full table today with two wonderful, beautiful souls that I'm super excited to have. This is Heidi and Jess with Motherhood Narrated. And first of all, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
And I wanted them on because, well, one, you're going to fall in love with them in about 2.5 seconds. That I can promise. But I had this idea, and it really came from a lot of what you put out there, your mission. You run a blog called Motherhood Narrated, and so much of it is about empowering women and mothers to live their life, what is right for them, and to cheer each other on. Yes. And I think in society right now, we fall into this trap, especially society as a mother, of comparing each other. And so I just love what you're doing right now. And I thought you could bring your voice on to talk about how we can fix this problem. Like, we don't have to do this, right?
Yeah.
So let's first talk about mom comparison in general. Like, I think we all as women fall into a time of our life where we compare ourselves. And sometimes I say it's a practice every day to get yourself out of that. Or it's really easy to do so now with social media.
It is really easy.
So when you guys became moms, before you guys were moms, you know, what was comparison like for you? I mean, were you like all of us out there, did the same thing that, you know, oh, she's got this going on, or she's going on that vacation. And then I don't know why, but it seems like it almost is heightened. It's bigger when we become moms.
I think there's like possibly an insecurity that comes with having kids, where you not only now have to worry about your own reputation, but the thought of someone attacking your child then attacks you as a mom, and it kind of is like it's doubled. It's multiplied when you have kids.
You said insecurity, and I think that sounds to me, and it feels like to me, that that is the root of where it all begins.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think so. And I think when you have kids, everything is just heightened in general. Like, love is heightened, worry is heightened. And so I feel like it's a natural thing that all those insecurities would also be heightened. And I feel like everything just matters more. It feels like it matters more. So then, like, that whole comparison thing is like, well, they look like they're doing a better job than me, and I'm failing because it just matters. Being a mom matters.
Right.
And so it exasperates all of that.
As a mom, we question everything we do just about every day, right? Am I doing this right for him? Am I doing it right for her? Am I raising good kids and all this? And so, you know, you might think you're doing it right and feel it in your heart, which you are. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you take a glance at her down the street and you're like, oh, maybe I'm not doing it right because she's doing that.
I agree.
It's hard to balance, honestly, especially when you think you really have it under control. That seems to be when you get attacked the most. I think that pulling your pride down every day is a good place to start.
I think that is a great place to start. I think that takes some serious self-awareness, though, and self-reflection.
I think when I still struggle every day. But when I started realizing it, it was when we put on this front that we're perfect moms and they must be perfect moms, and everyone puts on this I'm perfect front.
Sure.
And when I started realizing, if I'm vulnerable and I tell these women, oh my gosh, I screwed up so hard, then they could be vulnerable and say, I did too.
I love that. I think that you just hit the nail on the head right there. I think that when we, as moms, when we give other moms permission to show a failure and to show that failure isn't the end, right? Doesn't make you a bad mom because you messed up one day or you messed up for a series of days, then it tells another mom, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough of that.
And I think it's very scary to picture putting yourself out there and sharing failures. But I feel like as far as, we don't have the answer as to how to fix this, honestly. But I think that the first step in changing it is being the one that's going to take that step to be honest.
Yeah.
And to say, hey, I'm not perfect. Like, on the way over here, my daughter got a seed stuck in her ear. And is in urgent care right now. That's real motherhood.
That is.
Does it mean I'm a horrible mom? No, it means my daughter was playing with a seed and stuck it in her ear.
And it happens. Yeah. But like you said, we don't like to share any failures. Yeah. And I think that's, you know, I think that's just the way in general society is. We live in this fast pace, you know, winning is everything society, when really, when we kind of break all that down, none of that is really truthful. The winning happens, but all the failures it took to get there, all the failures it took to get great kids that then get thrust into the world as adults and become wonderful human beings. There's a lot of failures that get you to that point. But you know, and maybe it's because we're in it, right? Like, so we're moms now. And, you know, when we weren't moms, we didn't know that anything.
We were perfect.
Yeah, we were perfect.
We were the best moms before we were.
Yeah, like I could judge any other mom out there and be like, get your kid to stop screaming, right? Yeah, until you're that never.
Which is why we get so insecure when we become moms, because everything that we thought, we know that everyone else is thinking that about us. Yes. That we are now the mom that is being looked at saying,
that's so true.
Why is your kid screaming in Target?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I know you're thinking that because I thought that about you 2 years ago.
Before I had one that was screaming in Target. You know, and I think that's probably why we're so aware of this problem now, because we're in it, you know. I think mom comparison, would you say, probably always existed. Maybe, you know, even when our parents were raising us, you know, when our moms were raising us. But I think that the level of what we see is so much more because of every platform out there, of everybody sharing and showing off.
I've asked my mom that specifically.
Okay.
You know, like, hey, was it like this? I feel like there's women just compete and compare, and there's no, you know, and she was like, it's always been there. But we weren't so aware of everyone's every single move, every single win, where you guys are on social media and you see these, my kid won this award and my kid did this and my kid knows 4 languages, and you're like, my kid stuck a seed in their ear.
Like, I screamed at my kid before we went to school today.
So you see every single thing, and it's creating this just more, it's in your face.
It's in your face.
And
it's hard to shut it off.
You can almost not avoid when you see that. And you want to be happy for those people. And I am. But at the same time, when things aren't going well or we're having bad days, then when you see all of that, you know, you're scrolling and it's like, yay, yay, yay. And I'm like, oh, I'm horrible, you know. And so I think it has always been there.
Yeah.
But I just don't think to this extent has it been so readily available in your face.
In your face. Well, and, you know, it kind of leads me to the next thought of motherhood. The common denominator in all of these titles, okay? Working at home mom, stay at home mom, work from home mom. There's all these different acronyms out there. I didn't even know what a WHAM was, okay? You know what a WHAM is? To work at home mom. That's news you can use always, okay? Didn't know what that was. I remember before I was a mom and I saw those acronyms, I'm like, SAHAM, what's that? Anyway, I digress a lot. But I've been now on both sides. I've actually now have been on all 3 sides. And I know you guys all have at one point in time too, right? So I think that helps us become aware. But I look at it and I'm like, friends, sisters, we have one commonality, like something that ties us all together, which a lot of people in this world don't have. And that's that we're moms. Okay. So the way you decide to work outside the home or not work for whatever it is, right? Like we've all been gifted the job of being moms. So why is it a working at home mom is better, less than, more than, whatever, than a stay at home mom? Why is it that a working mom is a hustler and a go-getter, but the stay-at-home mom is looked at in this way, or vice versa? And I'm just throwing things out there. These are all the misconceptions and all the judgments that everybody puts on these roles.
I think when you haven't done all the roles, like you said, you have a better sense of awareness when you've been there. But before, before you're a stay-at-home mom and you're a work-from-home mom, that's what matters to you, and you will always have mommy guilt. It's like it is birthed inside you when you birth your child. There's mommy guilt, and so part of you is like, I'm either doing it better or I need to do it better. I mean, I'm not doing it as good. I should be doing it better. But that mommy guilt just gets so strong that it's like, I need to convince myself that I'm doing the right thing. So from now on, work-at-home moms are the best, or work out of the home moms are the best moms there are, or wherever you are, it's almost like you have to prove that that's where you are meant to be.
You have to play that story and say that story in your head over and over and over.
That's good for yourself. But when you put that out there, well, now what are you doing to the stay-at-home moms? And
yes,
it builds walls.
It creates that. That's exactly what it does. And it turns, I know it makes me, and this is again coming from a place of insecurity, when I was just a working at home mom and I would see the stay-at-home mom on social media, you know, oh, class party, and I'm the, you know, I mean, I got mad at myself, and then I thought I wasn't doing enough, and it all came from, it had nothing to do with her. None of my feeling had anything to do with her. Yeah. It was some serious, you know, self-doubt then. Then I wondered, I'm not doing enough. I'm not a good enough mom.
Yeah. And I don't know why I feel like our world, and not just motherhood, in everything, has created that it's black and white. Like, if I'm right, then you're wrong. And I feel like motherhood is just a whole lot of gray.
Yeah.
Like, so much gray. Like, and because Heidi and I are best friends. I respect her as a mom. She's the best mom. But we do things very different.
And tell me, okay, so share that really quick, kind of in a nutshell. You guys have been friends for about 8 years, but you absolutely mother differently.
Yeah, from the day we were
from the day we
were born.
I've had 3 scheduled C-sections.
And I've had 5 home births.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as different as they come.
And I bottle fed mostly, where she breastfed mostly, and you know, like, I'm super organized and type A, and my kids had nap times and schedules, and she had, you know, her husband's in ministry, and they have kind of a busy, like her kids just needed to nap when they napped, and
her kids would come over and be jumping on all the couch cushions, and she's like, I think one of your kids is sleeping on the other cushion.
Yeah, because my kids would never do that, where her kids just learned to fall asleep anywhere. And I think before I had a really like deep relationship with her, I might think like, your kids need to be on a schedule because that's what my book said.
You think you're doing it wrong.
I'm right and you're wrong. Where now being a mom for my oldest is about to turn 9. So I've been around tons of different moms, and they're all great moms.
So on that note, cheers to encouraging all the mamas out there, right? I promise that's just coffee. But maybe we need to do this at night with wine. Now that might be a whole other conversation.
We can do another topic.
Fired up.